glass of wine, bitch. To the moon. Can live mics get busy? Yes, she can. Can 55 get busy? Yes, she can. Can sound booth get busy? Yes, she can. We'll turn it up a notch and let's make it hot.
And with that being said, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to the world famous Do Work Podcast. I am your host, Scientifixxx, and I am back for episode 25. Man, thank you guys so much. We're halfway there. I'm trying to get to 50, and then we're trying to get to that 100 mark. It's about to be big. All the episodes I've been doing have been amazing. I want to thank all my fans worldwide that have been watching and supporting. Everybody that's been hitting up Red Eye Industries, buying the clothing, rocking the brands, tagging us. It's been amazing, man. I love you guys so much. I love everybody that's been on, all my guests up to now. Episode, all this actually all season 2 has been fucking fire for me.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Every week we somewhere different, but this week we back where we was last week. Shout out to xxLiveMicsxx podcast show studios. That's where we at this week again. And last week we had the Kid Ghost. Shout out to the Kid Ghost for that. It was a great conversation, man. I really enjoyed it.
Shout out Ghost.
To be back with this though, this week we back with the man, the brand, and everything that goes along with it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I've known him for probably about 2-3 years now.
2-3 years.
We met at B's house. You know, musician, videographer, trying to start his own podcast right now as well. So we're trying to cross the brands and making something happen. So y'all put your hands together, make a lot of noise for the one, the only DJ Khaled and Live Mics.
Bam, y'all.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Super excited, man.
Yeah,
Super excited, man.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's my pleasure.
Thank you for inviting us into the location for the second one.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I'm glad you got to meet the Kid Ghost, network
Kid
a little
Ghost,
bit
man.
after the last
Dope
episode.
Kid. Dope kid. Love that kid.
It was a good vibe, you know what I mean? So this day we're back. Let everybody know kind of your introduction of who you are and what it is you do, so they get a better feel of what we got going on today.
My name's like I said, my stage name is Live Mics. A lot of people out there, like you said, DJ Khaled. A lot of people know me as Khalid. So that's my state name, man. That's my government name, and people know me by that. But yeah, right now is the whole movement is Live Mics, Sound Booth Records. 55 planets, man. That's where we about right now, man. 55th. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope. Shout out to you for giving me the Live Mics t-shirt.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Always fresh.
Absolutely.
I'm usually laced at Red Eye Industry something, but this week we got the Live Mics stuff to represent the podcast crossover. But we do have Red Eye Industry in the building, redeyeindustry.com, redeyeindustry.com. Check it out. One for the brand, one for the strand. Clothing and medical needs, both sides. Check it out. So man. So what got you in the game? How long you been doing it? You know what I mean?
Man, your boy, man, I'm 50. I'll be 52.
Okay.
All right, and
seasoned veteran.
In September.
Like
so yeah, man, I've been doing this for a minute. The hip hop game has been good to me. I haven't been around doing any live shows as much as I would like to, but been working on music in house and just trying to get these projects out to the Fresno people so they can be inspired by some Fresno music, because that's how we are. We're Fresno artists. We see other guys that come from Fresno doing it, and that inspires us to keep doing our thing. So definitely the Planet Asias and the Fashions, they keep us, inspired. And because like I said, Fresno, we really haven't, I feel like we still haven't put our mark on this game yet. You know what I mean?
It's getting there though.
It's getting there. We're getting there.
And it's gotten a lot bigger in the last, I'd say 5 years. You hear me? Oh yeah, for sure. Don't worry, we're gonna edit that. But yeah, no, it's been good. The growth in the last couple of years, the exposure. When last week when I was talking to, and all the prior weeks, we kind of always bring it up. That Fresno has been like that middle stopping ground for LA and San Francisco for a while.
It's that middle ground.
But movies and athletes coming out of the valley, people getting their exposure, really getting their notoriety to being able to be noticed as part of either pro athletics, or the acting scene, the music scene, and the things of that nature. So Fresno does now have a little stamp on it.
It does,
so we're getting there.
That all ties in. Like I said, the sports, the music, the movies, we all have a part to play, and it's always better to diversify yourself, right? Get mixed up into some video shooting, get yourself mixed up into athletes and giving back to your community that way.
Definitely.
Through Pee-wee football, through Pee-wee baseball, all these things. Soccer is hot now.
Yeah, it is.
So me, myself, I coached for 10 years in Fresno Unified School District.
Okay.
So, I coached at Sunnyside, Edison, McLean, Computech, Tehipity. Shout out to all the schools in Fresno. I know a lot of you guys went to these high schools and middle schools, but I chose for part of my life to give back in that way, man. And so my kids, I still see them. They're all growing up now with kids, and they remember, oh, coach, that's Coach Burns.
Coach.
And so so it's a good thing. It feels good. You made an impact on somebody's life, and that's what we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Making impacts on people's lives with like I said, music, athletics, all these different platforms, that we have, man. And that's the way you give back. Show love.
Because leaving your mark as an artist is one thing too, but as you're doing that, as you're building up your career, being able to touch base with people that are coming up or people that are in an area which you feel you can give back to,
right?
It's perfect to be a part of that.
It is. When you're raised in a certain area, it's a duty, right? It's a duty. It's a responsibility. It's the way God kind of created us, man.
Exactly.
Like to pay it forward, man. To leave it to your kids, man. You know what I mean?
If you come from the same environment of people with nothing, and you're able to create something, show them how to, and also provide them a little so that they have, a taste of what it feels like. A taste of the good life.
Yeah. Because Fresno's tough, man. It's hot. It's hot here. Our kids, man, they got it tough, man.
Yeah.
We have a little high-class society called Clovis right outside, of Fresno, and it's night and day.
It is.
When it comes to finances, nutrition, all these things are night and day from what they have that we don't have in our infrastructure here in Fresno. And so that's the way we give back, what I mean, is through the athletics, through the music, through all these formats, the movies, that little movie behind you, Crown, I play in that movie. I'm a police officer in that movie. So, shout out to the directors from that movie. They came down from LA and they needed some extras, and they needed someone to play a police officer. And so actually it's a little bit, I got a bigger part than an extra. So I'm actually the police.
Almost a speaking part?
I actually like shoot a kid. Like I'm in the movie.
No speaking, but like an actual action.
No, I talk in the movie. I'm talking on my seat.
Freeze, motherfucker.
Yeah, freeze and all that stuff. I popped him. I popped that nigga. So shout out, man. Shout out to my dude, man.
He ain't here.
Yeah, man. So anyways, man, that's how we're trying to give back, man, with this music. All these platforms, man, it's all about giving back, man. That's what I try to do with my music. I want to give back. I want the next generation to pick up where we leave off, right? Right? Yeah. So, man, that's what it's about, man. Positivity, keep the negativity out of your circle, right? Keep all the backbiting, all that stuff. Like, we don't even deal with that. Like, it's all about positivity. Who wants to work? It's about doing work, right?
That part right there.
That's what I would always emphasize to my kids. Like, if you don't work for it, like, how you gonna get it?
How you even gonna be proud that you got it?
Like your parents gonna give you stuff only up to a certain point. Like, and hopefully you've learned at least this much of a work ethic. You know what I mean?
All kids that have given something have also by their friends been told, but your mama and daddy bought you that. Right. Somebody that got it on their own.
Right. Yeah, they gonna sweat you.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, because kids are smart, man. They know. And kids, they all share each other's household information, right?
Yeah,
when you're in high school,
right
like,
there,
yeah, oh, my daddy got this.
I know your ass don't got a job.
Yeah, my mama got this. They bought me this. You come to school draped, but you ain't bought not one piece of fucking clothing.
His girlfriend, like, well, he ain't bought me nothing. Yeah,
Exactly. So, yeah, man, getting money, man, is tough, man, for people from Fresno, man, because there's not a lot of people that got money before us. You know what I mean? Fresno.
Yeah.
But Fresno got money, though.
Yeah, no.
Fresno got money. Don't get it fucked up.
Coming from an area where success and having family wealth isn't very consistent or very a common thing, it's harder for everybody that comes out of that background to understand how to develop it.
Right.
We are the first generation of people that are providing that.
I agree.
In a sense
I totally agree with that.
You know, being able to provide LLCs for our children, building small companies for ourselves.
Right.
Not only having a company or having a job, but having a brand and then having a company on the side and doing something of service.
You have to teach your kids money and how money and teach them to make the money work for them instead of them working for the money.
Exactly.
Right? Does that make sense? Like,
money works for you.
Yeah, make you learn
passive
income, all these things.
Liquid assets. Like, all these things become valuable in the long run.
Yeah.
And growing up, you just think that jewelry appreciates. Like it's the only thing that gets value as it gets older.
Shit, we thought clothes did too.
Yeah, a little bit. Because, I mean, real talk, though, if I would have kept them Jankos.
Right.
Carl Kanais. The first Carl Kanais.
That troop suit.
Yeah, the whole...
The troop suit.
The blue with the white.
With the velour.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Then the motherfuckers right now would have been like, yo, you still got that?
Yeah, you still got that.
The first crushed velvet, though.
Oh, the crushed velvet. Hey, shout out to LL, dog. For that bad video. Good Lord, that shit was so saucy. Like,
with the one pan leg up.
Yeah. No, that's the new LL. The old L didn't wear the pants leg up. That's before that.
No. He had just the hat and the sleeve.
Yeah, just the Kango.
That's the bucket and the Kango, No, that's great though because so getting into music too is like, what year was like in life?
Right.
Were you like inspired to jump into?
Wow, man.
Because athletics have always seemed to be a part of your life, of course. Community activism,
absolutely,
but where were you at when it was like? Because I'm sure it was just some funk, some smooth shit, some other shit, and then hip hop became I
watched hip hop be born, man, because I grew up.
Yeah, you said
I grew up on soft rock.
You said it just turned. You just turned 52.
I'll be 52 in September, man. I ain't trying to tell my age, man.
But still, at the same time, hip hop just turned 50 this year.
Right. So that lets you know.
Legitimately saw the whole.
I legitimately, like you said.
And I jumped in 80s. That's when I was born. But from 82 on, I remember all.
Yeah, I remember Run DMC. Coming out with Rock Box and.
I remember playing
sitting on the needle,
basketball.
The basketball song with Curtis Blow.
Yeah.
I mean, man, dude, I saw it all
happen. Radio
came,
Beastie Boys came,
all that, man. But when I started, of course, that stuff made you want to, it inspired you. Is that something I could do? And inspired you.
Yeah.
But then you started writing your little high school raps, right? And then you would read them to yourself, right? And then it was like, it would take a couple of days and you would be like, man, I wrote a song. Right? So that was where the inspiration started, right? Then you start comparing yourself and listening to all the other artists, right? The Rakims, the Houdinis, EPMD. Now you're listening to MC Shan. Now you're listening to KRS-One. Now you're listening to Chuck D. Right? Now you're listening.
Ed.
Yeah, all these groups. The Wu-Tangs, all this. This before the Wu-Tangs.
Before like Native Tongue and
right. And so that's where the love for the writing started. I think that's a lost art almost, man. Is the love of the writing.
Not necessarily being the lyrical miracle rapper.
Yeah, everybody wants to be super lyrical.
But telling a story in a way that sometimes metaphors are the best way to describe it.
Right.
Because you're like trying to tell somebody who's never seen it. You're like, well, it's like blah blah blah.
Right.
Okay, cool. Now keep the story going.
Right.
Yeah.
It's storytelling goes back to the beginning of hip hop.
Yeah.
Everybody, that what's that line in life? Everybody's got a story to tell, right? Everybody's got a story to tell.
But it's funny that you say that because there's a Childish Gambino skit where he's a comedian, but he says, he's like, I really don't listen to old school rap because it's just, I don't want to listen to some old motherfucker tell me about what his day was. Then I walked down the street and I had my hat. And then I seen my friend and I said hello. And I was like, well, if you kind of tell his stories, that's basically what it is. That's the first phases until we got Slick Rick and then he really started telling his story.
Right.
But everything starts from somewhere.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Storytelling, it doesn't have to always be boring. You know what I mean?
No. But that just
and
when you
course,
said that, though,
when you take it back to walking down the street,
See, my friend said hello. Then we
and
went
even like your LLs, like I was walking down the street and I had to stop, or we got short, or walking down the street's always a good way to start a story, right?
In the 80s, apparently, because
the 80s, everybody
if you didn't have a car yet, you was walking down the street,
because that was the mentality, right? We didn't have the expensive whips, So of course it sounds funny. It's like looking at a regular telephone when you holding a cell phone,
a landline,
It's looking at dude, I remember there's like this video where like a couple of cats, they put a regular phone right there from the landline and they don't even know how to work it.
I saw one where it was like a parent was asking a kid, hey, show me a phone onto your ear. Kid's like, and then the parents are like, what's this? And then the kid's like, well, I don't know what that.
I don't know what that means.
That's the phone, bro.
That's that's how.
But that's
how far of the disconnect is from the '80s into the 2000s.
That's how far back we go.
Yeah, man. And you know what? I'm proud of that, man. I'm proud of that.
Push button.
I'm proud to be from that era.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
Because there's not a lot of us left, right? Right? How many homies do we have?
In your circle in general too, all of us.
I could easily start with my circle. You know what I mean?
That's real.
Yeah, rest in peace to a lot of my homies, man.
For real.
I don't even want to start naming off names, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah, man.
We're listening.
If you make it this far, man. If you make it this far, you got a purpose.
Yeah.
And so you gotta find it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're homeless. Mm-hmm. If you made it to your 50s, 60s, you still got a purpose. God got you here for a reason still.
Here's the thing. I think just in general, because this is how I see it.
Right.
Everybody that's on the planet with you right now has a reason to be here.
Right.
When somebody leaves and they leave in a group or they leave in bunches, maybe they had plans to go somewhere else.
Right.
Like they got something to do. But when we're all here at the same time, it's like, why are you mad at everybody that's here?
Right.
We all supposed to be here.
Supposed to be here.
They all in their own lane, storyline. They all got somebody that came from somewhere, someone's kid.
That's the science.
You know what I mean? That's the
science, right?
That's real. Like you look at it as human beings. Like you just go, okay, well, there's a person that's house displaced, homeless, or somebody that's like bugging you at your work. Or
right.
Think about they got a life, bro.
Yep.
And you don't even know what it's like. Like you might just be at work or you might just be at the drive-through. I was telling my boy this earlier. I was getting food for my daughter, and I was like, I'm nice to every drive-through person or anybody at fast food because I've worked there.
Right.
And people treat you like shit.
Yeah, man.
And they mad because you don't know how to put fries together.
Right. Come on, man.
You're one of 75 in a row. Come on, I gotta fumble somewhere. It's a human error. It's a human error.
If you don't have understanding, then you lacking wisdom, right?
Yeah, and sometimes you got to realize people are passing through on their own record. Like they're here.
Yeah.
They're not really actually doing something to you.
You got blinders on, man.
You know what I mean? They can cross your path and you're like, well, that was rude.
Right.
They weren't paying attention to you. They're on the phone with somebody. They're talking. They just happened to pass. They didn't see you in their path. They just walked.
Everything's not intentional.
Not at all. Not at all.
Stuff's random. Life is random. Life can be random sometimes, man. You gotta, when that train goes by, sometimes it only goes by one time, man. Like,
exactly.
You're looking at.
But the thing too is like it's not the only train. It's just that train.
That train. That train.
Moment.
That's what I'm talking about.
Moment.
That moment. Like moments are important, man, because you don't get them back.
That's life. That's what life is.
You don't get them back.
It's moments.
It's a bunch of stacked moments.
Yeah, the good ones versus the bad ones.
Yeah.
And what happened in between that? Driving down the street and stopping at a stoplight.
And how do you adjust your sails as those moments happen? Because they're not all going to be favorable for you. Life is going to challenge you.
Yeah.
And man, if I could tell the young kids, man, the challenge you're gonna get in life, you know, listen to your elders, man. A lot of them don't like to, but we here.
There is a differential or a gap of knowledge that they have that we don't have, but we have the experience, and I think that disconnect now exists. Before, everybody listened to their elders.
Yeah.
But there's just a disconnect where they feel they know more, and I'm like, you may actually have more knowledge than I do. Like of things,
right?
But I've seen, experienced. Do you know what that smells like? Have you ever tasted that?
Right.
Have you ever been there?
There's certain things you gotta go through. You're not gonna know that. Yeah. You're not gonna know at being a teenager what it's like to get your heart broke after being with somebody for 10 years. You know what I mean? Or being with somebody for 5 years. Yeah. You know, you gotta experience that. You know,
or maybe even losing the person in another way. Maybe the person just passes, and there's no negative.
It could be a parent. It could be
just living those life experiences.
It could be losing a parent because when you're young, you take advantage of what we were just talking about. Those moments, we think that it's gonna last forever, and it's a rude awakening when life hits you, man. From certain angles, man, and it's always good to stay grounded in something. Yeah. That's why music. We go back to the platforms we were talking about. The music,
the artistry,
the
athletics,
the athletics. Stay grounded in something because it allows you to focus. It allows you to focus, right? Like it allows you to have some purpose. Yeah. And as long as especially if it's something that gives back. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? If it's something that gives back, stick with it. Like, you know, it's going to pay off in the end. You know, the work's going to pay off in the end. You gotta believe that.
I think to add to that, I think also remember a lot of the great feeling about being able to achieve something comes from knowing that now I can provide somebody else with that same win in their own way, by giving them the information or maybe the path route or maybe the people to talk to.
And that's the building relationships part. That's the building
networking in a solid way.
Building relationships.
But with the music and community, you're building them up to be able to network.
Right. Yeah, and it's not always about business. Sometimes you're just building a good friendship with somebody. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like how they do in fraternities and sororities. It's like you meet people that you're going to know for the rest of your life.
That are going to support you.
And they do different things. Everybody does different things. But if I ever make a phone call, they go show up. And
exactly.
They go, how do you know so and so? Oh, that's been my people.
That's always. We built that relationship a long time ago.
As people too, outside of the artistry, outside of the community of
and even those need to be watered.
Well, yeah, totally. Totally. But like I'm saying, like all the athletes and everybody, we have to remember that we're right now too. We're all people. So when you know us outside of this, some people may watch us and be like, "Oh, I know scientific science," or like Mike's on the building. Like, then you know who we really are. Meet us outside of it and be like, "Oh, dude, that's not giving up my government name."
Yeah, man.
That's. But that development changes because
keeping it in Fresno too is just so important to me with Fresno, man, because we come from the area, and so.
But to build the home base and generational, there's tiers now.
There's
levels now.
There's levels now. I agree. I totally agree. And hey, we just in there doing the science, man. We just in there doing the science with my dude science. Yeah, man. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm super happy to be here.
I appreciate it
Thank
because
you, man.
it's been a blessing for me. The second season of this podcast has really changed a lot. The momentum changed. Honestly, I give all credit to the Fee, your boy the Fee. Fee's the one who got me in contact with Otis Reed, who I shot Otis Reed's episode. It was amazing. Fee did the next one. Highest views that I've had so far. Shout out to the Fee, man. Your fan base and you do work.
We're gonna get you on stage too, Fee.
But then also TA showed up, and then BKR showed up, and then Chef Rob, Kinsey Rose, like everybody that was in the last series of podcasts. I reached out to them prior to, and it wasn't like they shunned me or like, we'll wait. It was literally like everybody's schedules worked out. And the universe do work like that.
It does.
When I caught up to speed, and the podcast started making moves, I'm like, hey guys, and they're like, oh yeah, get on now.
Awesome.
We're not making. They're not waiting for me. I'm not waiting for them. It's like that type of vibe. So it worked out. So it's been a blessing this whole season. I'm excited that I got everybody on. everyone that has been able to bless the podcast and also be a part of it to give everybody their message or their knowledge.
We need a hometown podcast with that home feeling, you know, like we sitting here blowing one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Showing love, mentioning other artists' names.
Yeah.
And we're not making it about us.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean? So the podcast is for all of the artists here in Fresno. I'm supporting it. Shout out to my dude Science right here. Shout out to all the other artists that's been on the podcast before me, because I feel like I'm just carrying on the tradition. So Live Mics is in the building. Throw your L's up, y'all. I'm excited, man. I like it. I love it. I'm glad I'm here. I feel like I'm a part of the community, the hip hop community.
Yeah.
And so this is my part. I'm doing my part. So this is my layout.
I mean, look at
man.
Also on top of that, he said he don't want to make it about himself, but I mean, he my guest, so I'm gonna make it about him.
Let's go.
The Live Mics podcast show. Where could they find it at if they were gonna check it out? And what does the platform talk about? What does the platform give?
The platform is still a work in progress.
Okay.
But I want to incorporate definitely sports and music.
Okay.
And, those are my two passions.
Sounds good.
I might do something on the side. I might do a Dolphins. You know, obviously, you see all my shit up here. So I'm thinking about doing.
Shout
man.
Out to
Dolphins.
Shout out to Marino.
Yeah, shout out to all the OG quarterbacks out there, man.
Mark Duper.
All the Mark Duper.
Duper.
He's talking about the Marks brothers.
Yeah.
Mark Clayton. Shout out to the Fins, man.
I remember them. As a youngster, I collected the cards, but I was a huge NFL fan. But I remember the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, those and I might I don't think I'm gonna just keep it Dolphins. I think I might just incorporate all the sports. Can't be biased. Can't do that. So I'm thinking about sports.
People
No,
he said this podcast is about hate, but if you ain't a
coach, man, I'm a coach. So I give love to all the teams, all the sports, man.
You understand the
hard
work.
It's important, man. I'm not the hater dude. Like, you can come watch games over here, you know. I'll have some screens up and we can catch the games. For sure, man. I'm gonna incorporate sports. I'm gonna incorporate music. I'm gonna incorporate art. If you paint, if you draw, you know what I'm saying. So bring that, and also shout out to Bernard, my dude Paul over at Ben Smoking Barbecue, man.
Okay, Ben Smoking.
Yeah, we having a showcase.
They're the ones that have the handful sandwich, right? Shout out to TA.
Shout out to TA.
And the handful sandwich.
And the handful sandwich goes down over there, man. The food goes down over there. Go check out Ben Smoking Barbecue, okay? We're going to be having the showcase.
You got the Addy? Right? You got the Addy?
The Addy I don't have. It's on Olive and Palm. Most people know where it's at. It's the old
Olive and Palm?
Yeah, right behind the antique buildings. Right behind them is the parking lot. It's the old Chinese food building.
Gotcha.
Most of y'all know, if you OG, you know the old Chinese food building. That's Ben Smoking Barbecue now, all right? It's cracking right across from that car wash right there. Yeah. A little rough spot. But y'all already know.
You already know if it's good. It's you gotta find it.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be exposed like that. You gotta find this one. But that's dope. Hell yeah! Shout out to them.
Shout out. So man, that's what we doing, man. We got the podcast going. We got the album. We got Fresno Live right here. You know what I mean? I don't know if cats then went on to the streaming platforms and checked out Fresno Live, but
Is that the new project you got out?
No, it dropped. It dropped a month ago. It's only got 4 joints on it.
Well, we in July now shooting this, so it might be
right.
It's out.
It's out. It's been out. It's been out. So you can go to Spotify. You can go to Apple Music, iTunes, whatever your preference is. These are all them good things. You can go check out Fresno Live. All right.
Is there any features or producers?
No, I produced the whole thing, man.
You produced the whole thing?
Yeah, man.
Oh, so you've been producing?
Yeah, I just, I've been in garage band mix, moving around some sounds here and there and putting some stuff together. But now on the real production, like when I start, doing this next second album from Project Luminosity, I'm going to start reaching out to, your producers, Ramsey. Shout out Ramsey's, 88 Drums. Shout out 88 Drums. Of course, I'll get a beat from Science. Shout out Science. Scientific.
Every
So,
show,
yeah,
if
man.
somebody got something going on, I'm trying to jump in.
I'm about to make this next project.
Well, because
fire,
also
though.
I'm a sound
Yeah.
engineer, so if you need any help on the sound engineering side, even in just like slow production, song curation, like just kind of things like that. I mean, I've been around. I'm not one of those people that pushes ideas. I'm just like, what sounds good?
You introduced me to a lot of your stuff earlier when we met before, and I was wondering what happened to you, and then all of a sudden you pop back up with the podcast, and I was like, that's my dude, Scientific.
You gotta cook up, man. Never let them know your next move.
I love to see my dudes still doing their thing, man, and so that's why we here collabing, man, because this is just the beginning.
Very, very.
This is just the beginning, right? So so the plan is in motion.
And it's great too, because I feel like Finding Nemo, I say this a lot, I reference it, but the EAC, that's what it feels like. When it's always going, but when you're in motion and you hop in, now when you're in it, no matter how fast it's going, you can swim in it and go faster, speed up, go over there, and get to where you're at.
With all this information and money, right? Money. But everybody get to that money.
We all trying to get to that bag.
Hey,
but really,
it's a big flow of it, right? It's a big flow. You just stick your hand up in it,
and you
stick your hand up in it, right?
And with our fan base, I'm really excited that we can probably create that, because I know Live Mics is about to do some. We definitely been talking off camera about trying to build up the brand a little bit more for you, helping out.
Right.
I got the podcast itself, plus I got a couple of clothing lines that I help produce for. RedEyeIndustries.com.
Red Eye, shout out Red Eye.
Shout out Red Eye for supplying us with some fire. The Sunday Driver, oh my gosh, so super. But so I designed for their clothing too, for the Red Eye clothing brand. But just trying to make sure that I'll also Bumble 16 soaps. My girl's got a soap company. I design all the brands and stuff for that.
Shout out to the Bumblebee soap, man.
And that's out in 209 area code, so that's what I'm trying to get everybody here.
I'm into stuff like that. That's the type of stuff. You make soap, you do macrame, you make purses, all that stuff. Man, I'm into that, man.
And
so
as long as
let me know so I can support all that, man. Absolutely.
And then bring you into, like I said, help build the brand up and get the podcast going, because I love to watch podcasts. It's just, to me, I feel like I'm watching a lot of podcasts from out of town.
Right.
And I love to watch everybody in town, so don't get it twisted. I watch everybody's podcast. I'll leave everybody's name out if I try to list them, because I've got them written down. But definitely everybody's podcast in Fresno that I come across, I watch them. But I feel like most of the majority on YouTube and stuff like that I find to see, they're all from LA, they're all from San Francisco, they're all from Chicago, they're all from Atlanta, they're all from,
Right.
And I would love to see more come out. So if we can work together and build it. And also, here's the thing too, to the podcasters that are out there, I want to put together like a meet and greet for us to get together and sit down and just kind of go over ideas, get to know who everybody is, get some follows in with each other's pages, so we know when somebody drops something and we can promote it.
We need to have a summit.
And really like a summit.
We need to have
sit down,
a Fresno summit,
and just talk about what's next for who, what plans everybody's got, who can get involved with what, who's got the cameras, who's got the mics, who's got the, you know what I mean? How we can all work together, who's making money, who's got sponsors, who doesn't, who needs sponsors, that type of thing, so we can get together and kind of progress. So
Fresno Hip Hop Summit. We just started it. You just heard it right here live on the Do Work, the world famous Do Work podcast.
TWFDWP.
You heard it. The first annual Fresno Hip Hop Summit. We're going to put it together, man. We're going to make it happen.
I got a couple locations, but it'd be great for you guys to, when you guys see this, definitely reach out. I'm going to be reaching out to you guys before this comes out.
Absolutely.
So when it drops, you guys already know. But it'd be great to do that. And
I'm excited, man.
I'm
excited about 2024 and beyond. I'm excited. The world is changing, and we need to be part of it. Fresno needs to be a part of it. The Fresno youth needs to be a part of it.
Well, the business mind in downtown is really good. They're doing it. The younger guys are doing it. The younger females.
COVID's over. We passed COVID, so there's no reason for us to not get back out here and get to work, man. Do the work. Do the work that's needed.
That's no lie. Yeah. And with that being said, we're going to take a break real quick. You know what I mean? Grab myself another drink. You guys grab yourself some.
Throw your L's up
I
one
am
time.
Scientifixxx. I am here with my man Live Mics. This is the world famous Do Work podcast. We'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
You guys enjoy. Yeah. What up, everybody? It's your man Scientifixxx, here to tell you about our new sponsor, Red Eye Industries. RedEyeIndustries.com is the place to go to find all of our merch, tinctures, flowers, wax, drinks, and anything you may need for your medical uses. That's right, www.redeyeindustries.com. And tell them your man Science sent you. Hey, what's up, everybody? We back with the world famous Do Work podcast. I'm your host, Scientifixxx, with my special guest, Live Mics in the building.
Yeah,
we've been having a great conversation about everything that you want to do with community.
Right.
2020 hit. You talked about how it impacted. You got the new projects coming out, but like in 2020, were you worried about a lot of things? Were you kind of worried about the health? Were you passive, or did you have events still going on?
Yeah, I was. I was worried, because that's a huge thing. It was global, right?
Yeah.
So anytime something that big,
When it said everybody down?
Yeah. Anything
everybody
that
gotta be
big,
inside? Yeah.
something that big presents itself, it takes an effect on your life, right? We all lost, I'm fortunate to have a state job, but yeah, we felt the repercussions of COVID. Are you kidding me? We used to be open on Saturdays. Now we're not. That was overtime. We lost our overtime. The state has yet to give it back. So, yeah, I'm feeling it. My pockets are feeling it still to this day from COVID.
That get back is still that bounce back.
2020 was hard, man, and they sent out checks, right? Everybody got a check and a bounce back check, right? Everybody got that bounce back.
All of a sudden, the government was like, "I don't got the whole thing, but I can put something on it."
And so it helped. It helped.
Yeah. No, totally did.
Hopefully you invested.
I work for the IRS. I was on payroll the whole time. I'm talking.
But yeah, man. 2020 was a challenge for all of us, right? 2020 presented, because personally for me, I had a rough 2019. I lost somebody close. I lost somebody close to me, so not more than close. My significant other.
Sorry to hear about that, man.
God gave her wings, and so I'm grateful for that, though. I don't use that as a crutch for why.
Was it a beautiful graduation?
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely, man.
That's
it's always,
The benefit of having an angel in your life, brother.
I got an angel looking over me. I wouldn't be here doing this music. None of it would have happened if I didn't go through that. And if she didn't, it's all it is, man. The steps, it's levels, man. And you got to be I tell the youngsters, man, when life presents those challenges, you got to be, you're not going to be ready a lot of the times. I can tell you, be ready. Was I ready?
Stay ready so you don't got to get ready.
For stuff like that, you're not ready, man.
No,
you're not ready.
No.
It's how you adjust your cells, how you deal with it.
But the weird part is how you handle it. You inside found you were ready somehow.
Right.
That was weird. That in that presence, because you're not thinking of that. Nobody wants to put that on anybody.
Right.
But to be in that situation and then for you to go handling it this way, I guess I was, as an adult, as a man, as a experience of life, I was ready to figure it out enough for it not to crumble and to use it as the positive.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that kind of looks good.
No, there's definitely, you gotta go through it. Like I was saying earlier, you gotta go through it. You gotta go through it.
Yeah.
So you gotta walk through the fire, man. And
it becomes valid.
My feet was on fire, man. Going through that.
And then going to COVID, I'm sure you just sat with your
COVID hit right after it.
You just
COVID hit right after it, and then I'll say this: a lot of people lost people, man. Lost their families, members, and friends during COVID, and I hate to say that it softened my blow, but it gave you perspective of the bigger picture, man.
Did it at least
that you're not the only one in life losing people,
but also
right?
did it give you a good area to mourn while others mourn? Because
Absolutely.
you weren't the only one.
The world got quiet.
Not to make it dark, but
right?
like to be like, I
quiet.
understand your pain.
The world got quiet, and you got to go, wow.
Yeah.
It's not just me going through this. People lose people from the beginning of time on this planet, man.
And it just started happening in front of us. It just started happening in front of us. Yeah.
And the thing is, when you lose somebody, you feel like you're the only one going through it, man. Like that's how close the relationship God wants you to have with someone else.
Yeah.
We take that for granted when you have that relationship with somebody. And they're gone, and they lose their life, no matter how it is, old age, whatever.
We mentioned that in the previous one about community and bringing back hip hop and bringing back, ideas. It's like if the person that you're willing to, always praise and give tribute to, isn't given that tribute, it isn't going to exist. And you learn how to give the tribute in your way, as opposed to saying, you got to remember, you got to do, forcing it on somebody.
No, it's organic.
But your process through 2020 was able to be a little bit more manageable.
2020 presented a new way to do business, right? To do,
it did.
To do music.
Yeah.
To do a lot of things, everything, right?
Because the big businesses,
even athletics. If you were an athletic coach, right? Like 2020, you had to start having Zoom meetings now with your players,
and everybody had to log in, and everybody had to be there.
Right. And so you weren't on the field no more with your guys, like, so that presented a new challenge, right? So.
Hey, who's working out in here? Who's working out? Hey,
I need to see them dumbbells.
Why your shirt don't look sweaty? Damn, our offensive line gonna be weak.
Right. So it's a new challenge. 2020, COVID. Whether you got vaccinated or not, I don't know if that's important to you or the person sitting next to you, but
I haven't left the country yet. That's what I'm gonna get.
Right. So
when I travel outside of, I've traveled within.
I'm not pro vaccination. I'm not against it.
I'm about safety first. That's all. I'm about safety first.
I didn't get COVID. Your research. Do your research.
I got COVID at the very beginning before everybody else started making it a thing.
Right.
And it was like a couple of days.
Right.
Then when everybody got it, I didn't get it.
Right.
So then I was like, okay, I must be good with it.
Right.
And I don't really get sick off the flu or whatever else either.
Right.
So I figured my body knows what's up. It's like, nah, we good. On new shit? We ain't on that new shit.
Nah.
No new friends.
Nah,
my
no
body
new
was
friends.
like, no new friends.
Exactly. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you got to keep your circle small, but yet reach out still. Because
that's why social media was
the
very
world
valuable.
is still out there. The world is still moving. Money is still moving, and so post 2020, you gotta move different, right? Like you gotta move different. So you gotta start taking advantage of online.
Social media,
ventures,
Meta,
social media,
Etsy,
these things.
Make your website,
get your website popping, everything.
Get you some sort of pay. That's a POV.
All these venues now
POS system, not POV. POV is something completely different.
Right. No, I feel you. I feel you.
A POS system, so that way, either your Square or your Venmo, something of that nature that directs your currency from your business or whatever into your bank accounts and stuff like that. Yeah.
But.
I said POV. POV's a porn, like the point of view.
Yeah.
My bad, everybody.
It's all good. On a closing note, for COVID 2020.
As you cough.
Right? As I'm coughing.
It's off this stuff. Excuse me. Stop it.
I got my tacos right here. I was eating.
I told you
sorry, man. You told me to finish the taco. I was working on something there, man. I'm gonna get my little last bite in a second. Yeah, man. What I want to say about COVID, man, like I said, I'm not pro-vaccination. I'm not against
Anti-vax,
it. But just stay woke, people. Stay woke, because no matter who your doctor is or what medical firm or who you get your medical coverage through, do your own research,
Yes.
right? Because the information is out there.
It's in your phone. You can just
All
Google
right.
what is this.
You can Google. Google. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people find a pill and just go the numbers on the back and go white pill that looks like this or yellow pill that looks like.
Do your own research before you let someone stick a needle in you, because
even if you're getting tattoos.
I'm gonna be translucent here.
Yeah.
I took the vaccination for myself, right?
Yeah.
A part of me regrets it, and so
Well, you can leave the country right now. I can't.
And so
Is it because you had something injected into your body you don't know about?
there's other things too. A lot of black men have died after taking the vaccination. A lot of people have died after taking the vaccination.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a concern always, right?
Yeah, it brings a fear factor.
As an African American male,
it's a fear factor and a trigger because especially if you know you're in the statistic.
and so there's things about me that haven't been the same. And it ain't sexual. God dang it, I'm not talking about sex. That's not what I'm talking about.
But I mean,
That's not what I'm talking about.
Hey.
But there's other things like and I don't have a problem talking about it. Just like balance, just walking, normal
Equilibrium.
Yeah. Like it hasn't been there since I took that shot.
Does it like prior to that? You never even experienced like any sort of vertigo or any sort of
like vertigo.
Nothing
People
like
talk about stuff like that.
Like the ground looks like it's like whoa.
No, it's not that big of a deal, you know what I mean, to me, because we're men, right? Like we suck all that
but
shit
you
up,
also
right?
don't want to count it to anything else. Like, oh no, motherfucker, this might be this.
Yeah,
might be that. So I feel what you're saying. You're not going to be anti this or pro that. Because it could have been anything.
And I have a buddy who said he has the same effect to this day, and it hasn't gone away. He works on ladders all day, and so he says ever since he took the vaccination, he's had not dizzy spells, but like when you walk up a lot, you just go like, damn, it's not your whoa, we're older. He's close to my age.
That was the question I was going to ask. Like,
and so he's close to my age. So your age, everything plays into it.
The age thing was it would have got there eventually, but
right.
then this helped you get there quicker.
Right.
Yeah.
So like I said, 2020. It left a mark on all of us, right? Like all of us got some scar from 2020 because it was a global pandemic.
But
right?
now that it's open, like,
and so
music moved into
the music that came through.
Push.
Right. So all
merch. You got merch.
Got the
now,
merch
right?
out. So we got the merch.
This one right here, you see right
here. So look, you rocking the Live Mics Project Luminosity.
There's the Fresno Live tee.
I got that Fresno Live for y'all right now.
Available anywhere?
They are available through me.
I mean, like Instagram.
You gotta hit me on the gram, okay? DM me if you need some of this. Like
and
I got some more of those. The ones you rocking.
Yeah.
I got that one. I got another.
I like this one too.
I got that large. I got the large for that one. And look, if you want, see we dropping stuff dropping. We got the Sound Booth Records right there. If you want that one. So hit me up, y'all.
We're doing things, so hit him up on Instagram.
Hit me up on the gram. xxLiveMicsxx with the XX on both ends. Live Mics. Hit me up. We'll get you guys. I'll deliver it to you. Fresno ain't that big. I'll bring it to you. I'll pull up.
Okay, so also the Live Mics podcast show, where will we find this at? Right. Is it on YouTube? Is it on Spotify?
Once we start shooting some episodes of the Live Mics podcast show.
Oh, you should be going live, right?
We're going to go live.
No, but you've just been going live. From here?
Yeah, we'll go live here. We go live here live.
So then, like, let's
we could do it. Yeah.
Hey, we gonna lock in something. It's all good.
It's all good. We're gonna go live. You already know. We're gonna go live from here. We're gonna have guests sitting right here in the seat that I'm sitting in.
Yeah.
It don't matter. We're gonna have cats lined up. You don't know who you might see up in there next.
That's gonna be great. Right? That's gonna be a great move.
No, I love it, man. So
I'm glad that you reached out though, real talk, because I was like happy to see people like all through the line, that everybody that's been reaching out to me and asking about the podcast or saying, hey, like let's do something. I'm proud of them because I'm not just saying yes to everybody. I'm saying yes to the people that I see moving and doing the thing, and I'm like, hey, I was trying to reach out to you. I just kind of like in the shuffle of everybody coming at once.
Right.
And I'm glad that everybody touched down. You know, episode 25 has been great. I'm so happy that you're able to be here and also be back in the studios. Last week we did the Kid Ghost episode, episode 24.
Shout out to Ghost. He sat right here where I was last week, and like I said, you guys need to use my venue anytime. You guys are welcome to come shoot an episode here.
Cross-platform, bro. We'll shoot at the same time.
Absolutely,
we'll
man.
Shoot your show, my show. We'll drop them both.
We'll get another backdrop for yours.
Yeah, I'm ordering it. I already ordered it. And hopefully
shout out Yellow Dog Signs out on Bullard and what is that? Out where Awani is. Bullard and Awani Middle School. That's Bullard and First. That's First and Bullard in the parking lot next to Baskin, across from Baskin Robbins right there. Yellow Dog Signs. Shout out to them. They made the sign.
I'm gonna have to reach out to them to get
they made me my other live mic sign that I have that you can't see right now. And I'll probably reach out to them to have something else made. But yeah, shout out. Also shout out Solid Goods Clothing. Shout out Myers and Tillman who did this one. Go fuck with them, my boy. For sure, Myers and Tillman, go fuck. He's got that new shit. The shit you put your phone in and it makes the graphic move and shit. Like, it's off the hook. You gotta go get that new shit. Myers, shout out Myers and Tillman.
I'm gonna have you in the description of the video. So
absolutely. I got
also
the logo.
Shout out to Red Eye.
And shout out to Red Eye for sure. Red Eye. Yo, that's got us right where we need to be right now, man. Shout out to that, man. Absolutely.
It's been a beautiful day, man.
Thank you, Scientific, my man. Shout out to my man, Scientific.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Motherfucking world famous Do Work podcast. Let's go.
Hey,
where
man.
We at?
I appreciate life right now. You know, everything's been good. You know, nominated for best podcast.
Yeah.
Having you
Central Valley Music Awards. Shout out Central Valley Music Awards. Absolutely. You know?
Shout out to Kenzie Rose for linking me with the main guys. Shout out to, I think his name is Ernest. I don't want to misplace your name.
Right.
But shout out to you. We're about to shoot an episode with him soon, and then we're going to be shooting live from the Central Valley Music Awards, so you'll see me out there. So if you guys are attending, check me out. I'll be in the front asking you what you're nominated for, what are you excited about, real quick run-in when we go inside. And then when we get inside, get footage. If we got an after-hours party, what it is, you know what I mean? But it's great to have you here, man. Hey, we're about to do some more shit after this,
It's nothing but love. Fresno MC, shout out to all the MCs out there from Fresno, man. Shout out to Wix, motherfucking TA. Shout out to Asia Fast. Shout out to Ramsey. Shout out to Fee. Shout out to Otis. All my niggas out there, motherfuckers, man. We doing this shit. Halo. Hey, the list goes on, man. The list goes on, all right? So we trying to keep this
Diego.
shit. So Diego, I mean, man, come on now. Wrong minus, my nigga Snow Blow. Supposed to be on the Shake the Mayor. All my niggas, man. All my niggas, man. All my Fresno 559 niggas, man. We here now, all right? I want y'all to know.
And if you guys are watching this episode, just know that we're giving you guys your flowers.
The world famous.
Earlier, watering it,
The world famous.
Give you your flowers before we leave.
I love to give you your flowers, man.
I got you a bag right here that you guys always do every week. Man. We got a Red Eye Industry bag for you.
Hey, yo,
got you a little towel. Got you some stickers.
Oh my God. I'm so humbled. I'm so humbled, man.
Thank you for doing what you do. Continuing what you're doing. Dropping album after album.
Shout out to, look at this. Look, this
being a coach. Being a coach for everybody. Bringing the youth up.
Man.
Teaching young men how to be better young men. And actually into turning them into men. Music is one thing. Community is another thing. But when you give back into people's time frame to them, maybe continue it into their dream. And their success into an actual pro sport. Or just as well as just learning discipline and learning how to compete with friendship and learning all these things that you learn from sports. You learn a lot of different things. It's not just one thing.
Look at this.
That's that laser cut. That's that laser cut. Yeah.
Laser cut, people.
Yeah. Shout out to RedEyeIndustries.com and Red Eye Company Clothing.
So yeah, man, I appreciate the love, man. Live mics, man. I've been here, man. Like I said, I came through a lot of. Let me see your book right there, because I gotta send some shots out to some people real quick.
For sure. Hold on one second.
I had to write some names. You might have to.
Everybody check my mic. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, listen. It's all good. So, real quick, we want to give some shots out. Give people their flowers, right? We always want to give people their flowers, right? I want to give shots out and give flowers to my boy who helped me mix and master this whole joint. The new Project Luminosity, Life's Meaning, the first album. Shout out to Ramses, all right? Shout out to Ramses for
shout out
helping
Ramses,
me.
man. I see you doing work out there, buddy.
He works with a lot of. He allows a lot of people to come into his studio, man. You know, he's linked in with Fash and those guys, man, and Asia.
But also dropped a quality project himself.
He keeps his doors open for guys like us to come in and
salute to Ramses for doing
for guys to step their game up, man, and try to step their levels up, man. Whether it's writing, because Ramses got bars, man. He gonna demand that you step your game up, right? So yeah, man. So shout out to Ramses. Shout out to my nigga Ghost, Ghost Bum, Ghost TV.
Okay. That's my
He put me on. Yeah, we're gonna be performing live, dropping the album August 11th.
Okay. By the time this drop, this might already be out. So
yeah. Life's Meaning's dropping August 11th.
So if you guys catch
we'll be performing live at Fresh Brew in the Tower District. So I expect all y'all to be there.
If you don't see this beforehand, then it already happened. You should have been there.
Right.
And if you see it beforehand, show up.
Show up, yeah. If you happen to catch this before, then show up. But it's all good. Yeah. But also, I want to send shots out to my man Bernard, Paul, Ben Smoking Barbecue. I want to send shots out to ahhh, another producer on Life's Meaning, with a song called The Ripple Effect. That's on the first album. He's an LA producer. If you guys need beats, I definitely go check out that dude's catalog. ahhh, like ACEHA. ahhh.
We'll make sure we put the link in the description.
Shout out to that dude, man, because he's the real deal, man, on making beats. You talking about originality? His beats don't sound like nobody else's. He has his own sound. Shout out to Ace. Who else do I got here? Shout out to Melly Mel, Fresno producer. He produced How Many Hits. I got a song called How Many Hits. I'll probably perform it at the album release. So come out. You want to hear How Many Hits? You can go to all my. It's already out on Spotify and all that stuff. Go peep it out. How Many Hits is out? Come out and peep that. Who else do I got? Science. Definitely. My dude. Shout out to Scientific because
love it, man.
Hey, there's not many of us left, man. So I just want to give you your flowers right now, man. All right, so it's all love, man.
And, I do it for my fans. I do it for everybody in Fresno. I do it for everybody around the world to know that we've always been tied into everything that's going on. And we got like-minded people that you guys need to see and talk to. So I do them my
It's all love, man. It's all love, man. We got love for you, man. It's all love, baby.
Appreciate it.
Hey, shouts out also to Baker, man. Kid Ghost.
BKR, Kid Ghost.
Kid Ghost, 88 drums. All right, shout out to Red Eye. Shout out to Red Eye. All right, for the good smoke. All right. Shout out to TA. Shout out to Asia. Shout out to Fash. Shout out to Myers and Tillman. Shout out to Solid Goods merch. All right, all those. All right. So yeah, man. Everybody tap in with live mics, man. We're gonna be doing this for the next 2, 3 till whenever, man. We here, man. We here, man. The Do Work podcast. We here, man. Alright, so yeah.
Appreciate it. It's love, man.
That's what's up.
Man, thank you so much.
Yeah,
and it means so much to me because I put this on for my peoples as well.
That's
so
what's up.
Having that many shout outs. Everybody that you said on that list, I fucks with too. So shout out to all my peoples out there.
That's right.
I want to thank you guys for being here again. I want to thank my man Live Mike for this week. We're about to get into a live performance by my G. But as it is every week, this has been the world famous Do Work podcast. I want to thank you guys for being here. Another amazing episode with another amazing guest. You know what it is. Threes up. Yeah.
The Science. Up. We out.
Live Mics.
Word up.
You little bitch.
Yeah. We
smoking. One nigga like the weed.
Yeah, you rockin' live with Carlos Caliente with a K, bitch. 55.9 No Town Radio, where we bring you nothing but the live, hot shit. 559 degrees. A lot of you called in on a special request for this one. Live Mics, Fresno, California, stand up.
Live, it's all the way live. We broadcasting live from the 559. It's live, it's all the way live from the city of no love. It's Fresno live, it's live, it's all the way live. We broadcasting live from the 559. It's live, it's all the way live from the city of no love. It's Fresno live. Look, ma, we made it with no A-list of features in the streets. I'm known as Live Mics, dog. Nice to meet you to my Fresno niggas out there. Spark your weed up, here's another city anthem. We about to turn the heat up, so get your popcorn ready. Put the kids in the bed so you can follow with the hollow point did to his head. It's not a movie, dog, but see, I wrote it and I live it. Sound booth and 55, we gon' show you how to get it. See, it's a lot of coasters out there claiming to be the livest. Come see us in July, we'll put your feet to the fire. It's not another city map out there that I know of that got me south of Dakota or McKinley and Maroa. It's a double nickel show up in the middle of the know, and everything a nigga do is just to let a nigga know that my day one to ride or die. They know the time, that ain't nobody fucking with the 559. It's live, it's all the way live. We broadcasting live from the 559. It's live, it's all the way live from the city of no love. It's Fresno live. It's live, we all the way live. We broadcasting live from the 559. It's live, it's all the way live from the city of no love. It's Fresno live. That's it, y'all. Yeah. Go check out Fresno live. Live Mics, throw your L's up one time. Got my dude Scientifixxx up in here, yeah. Streaming on all live platforms, dog. Yeah, let's go.
You know what it is.
Yeah. You already know.
You know what it is. Follow everybody in the description. Everybody that's been talked about in the podcast.
Word up.
My man Live Mics.
Word up.
The podcast about to drop.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ghost Bum in the building. Helping to do the back end of that shit. You know what it is.
Let's go. Bam.
Thank you for being here, my guy. You know what it is.
Scientific, my dude. Let's get
the
it.
world famous Do Word podcast. Thank you very much. You guys have a great time.
Let's get
See
it.
you guys next week. Threes.
We broadcasting live from the 559. It's live, it's all the way live from the city of no love. It's Fresno live. It's live, it's all the way live. We broadcasting live from the 559. It's live, it's all the way live from the city of no love. It's Fresno live.